Hey there, B team. I know you guys were talking about building a Call of Duty style either domination or hardpoint arena, and no, this is not a domination or hardpoint style arena. I don't actually have a ton of time on my hands, so well, I do and I don't. I don't know enough to build a full domination arena, so I figured I would send you guys a video and try to get at least the ideas in your hands, because you guys might be able to reach out to some of the other people that can help you guys out with some of the more advanced stuff, like programming the lovely monitor I have right here, which would then display the code. As you can see, this computer displays the scores. No such program. This computer needs to regulate the flag and set capture at what time. So basically what I'm trying to get at is let's throw all this lovely stuff up and grab the one item that I know B-dubs is now overly a huge fan of. We'll use regular mags. Alright, so you have your handgun and your empty mags. What I'm thinking on this is that you would have the this would be the base that needs to be captured. On the inside of here I have a little bit of complicated wireless redstone, because I can do some redstone, just not a ton of it. So essentially what all these are is they relate to what's down here. So pressure plate, basic redstone, comes down through here. This is in case you guys wanted to switch this from a single pressure plate to a 3x3 of pressure plates. I feel like the single pressure plate might work a little bit better, just because you can't really do it to where, you know, there's more than one person, so it speeds up the timer. If you can, I have absolutely no clue how you would do that. And this way it keeps the person in the middle so they can't do, you know, the classic Call of Duty thing that I know Generic was having so much fun with during Hardpoint, with the few people that were standing in the corners and just absolutely annihilating him. So that comes down to an inverted redstone torch that turns off when you hop on the pressure plate. There we go. Alright, yep, torch off. That is also the only reason that this is a wooden pressure plate. Technically you guys could make this an obsidian pressure plate, and then only players would be able to do it, would be able to activate it. So even if a zombie magically walked in here and stepped on it, and I went to go get the pressure plate, I didn't go get it. Even if a zombie came in there and stepped on it, the zombie wouldn't be able to trigger it. Pretty sure I'm peaceful, yeah, so I won't be able to spawn in the zombies. Let's turn that off. See, no click. But alas, that's just how things go. So yeah, you guys can do that if you want. So then, when it's stepped on, it leads to this wireless transmitter, which would then come over to here, to this one, which would plug it in for score calculation. So I'm assuming that some sort of if program needs to be written, like if excuse me, if signal is received from blue wire, then this many points. If signal is received from light blue wire, this many points. If signal is received from, I just don't know how to program at all. So yeah, the other part that the signals come into play is up here with the lights, so that, and I just turned them all off. Yeah. So as you can see, the purple lights are now turned off and the blue lights are now on. So that gives the other players in what I'm assuming would either be this big or a much larger arena. I threw down a filler and just pumped it full of blocks. I used the Zycordite lights because I think they're really cool, and this way mobs don't spawn. But also I had it in peaceful, so it kind of defeats the point. But yeah, so that would be for letting other players or other teams know that someone is standing on the pressure plate, and as you can see when I take this off, these go off. That's where the inverter down there comes in. The green lights, the reason these are off is because, and you could almost, actually, you know what, redstone lamps. Well, I actually just had a thought. Depending on how these look off and on, these might be a better option. So that's going to be what, 1004, so we'll break this. It's not really much of a difference. Either way, you would want to get something that's fairly obvious so that you can, so that the players know which flag they should be trying to capture. This is the only flag, so I guess we're just all rushing here. And that would be dictated by this computer, or you might be, I guess if you programmed it, you could do it on the same computer. This would be questions to ask, like, Dude or Michael, who know how to program. Like, Badge knows how to program too as well. Who else? That's all I can think of at the moment. I'm sorry, other Minecrafters, if you guys know how to program. Or just other viewers, I guess, in general. So yeah, so this would alternate between the 4 hardpoints, I guess, is how this game mode is set up. And then you guys probably noticed the high energy pellet launchers on the floor. Well, that is because I'm an absolute turd. And thoroughly enjoy making people have a terrible day. And Minecraft thoroughly enjoys making me have a terrible day because of it. That is also what these buttons on the wall are for. Because if you're in here, and there's a lot of people rushing you, it's going to be a little hard to defend. But this does give you that, and this might be a bit overpowered, it does give you that little bit of an advantage of, I got here first, so, meh. And the way that's set up is actually incredibly basic. It's just a wireless transmitter on the back of each one. Each one has its own unique one, so you're not setting off both of them with one button push. But the reason that I made these wooden buttons, and actually I haven't tested this yet, is... oh, that's obnoxious. Okay, so apparently bullets bounce, but they don't set off the buttons like arrows do. So what I was thinking was you could do that if you and another person were coming up on it at the same time, you could shoot it and try it. Apparently you can shoot it and it'll just override the entire system as a whole. Interesting. But yeah, that's the basic idea. See, is there anything else I'm missing out? I'm leaving out? No. Let's see, computer. Nope, that's about it. Alright, yeah, that's all there is to it. I hope you guys can figure it out and get one working, because as far as putting one in on the server I play on, I think that'd be kind of cool. I asked some of the guys in there, and they don't know how to code well enough to get it to work. They can code better than I can, and the grand total of coding I can do is excavate 5 million with a turtle. But, yeah, I hope that helps. So it's just your basic, lights, flashing lights and sounds, and me being terrible with the high velocity pellet launchers. Yeah, so I hope that helps. Hope you guys have a good time. Keep doing what you're doing, and be dead if you're gonna wear a dress.